All I say, if you ever go to the Gray home, the House of Gray, do not eat on anything. Don't even sit on anything. No. They fuck everywhere.
Yeah. They're just fucking on this table that's about to be used in 30 minutes for breakfast.
Like new friends hang out with them. Like, what's this brown shit? Don't worry about it, man. Just eat. Just shut
$1 million.
I'm sorry. Let me get that.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Oh, never mind.
It tastes good.
It tastes so much better.
It's practically hummus.
You know something? We're talking about 50 Shades Freed tonight. And Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
How perfect.
How perfect. You know, some of y'all like to do that freaky shit on Valentine's Day. That's why you're probably going to be getting down with your girl and you're going to say, tonight, I want you in nothing. Except maybe a double toasted t-shirt.
What could be sexy?
What could be sexier than you up there butt naked with nothing on but a DT logo on your chest from dtmerch.com. If you go in there and you buy 2 items, I'm going to send you a $10 gift card. Get her a beanie. Get her a cap.
I want you wearing nothing but a phone
Yeah,
case.
yeah, nothing but a phone case.
I'm going to put it right
Yeah. Put a laptop cover on your crotch. You know, we got your sexy life covered over there. dtmerch.com is where you go. You always sitting up there buying all this stuff, but we want you to join us here. And we do live streaming almost every night now. So please get a subscription and join us on these shows with an email, a call, a Skype. And there are many ways to join, but one of my preferred ways, the most convenient way, is if you have an Amazon Prime account, we have an Amazon Pay button for you. See how well we are together? That's called chemistry. Just put your username in there, your password, press send, boom, bam, bing, bada, 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 and you all just sit back and enjoy all that wonderful toasty goodness coming your way, just all over your body. I'll come over there and lick it off of you. How'd you like that? This movie got me in the mood, man.
I see.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling kind of sexy. I mean, one thing I can say, that movie worked a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what?
Mine was a genuine, really. It wasn't that.
How? You would think after 27 years, he would know what pleases me.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Yeah. That's what happens with couples, man.
That's true. You just kind of fall out of love with each other.
You just fall out of love.
You become roommates.
I mean, when Martin and I first, 27 years ago, it's hard to believe. When Martin and I first hooked up with each other, I was just a wee lad in college. He was the older man.
He was like, call me by your name.
Yeah,
Were the peaches involved?
Yeah, he was. I was sitting in class. He would every now and then look at me. He let me know I was his favorite student. You know, I felt special back then. Mm-hmm. And then we had to go and get married. Uh-huh. And just, I hate to say it, Mom, but the sparks are just gone now.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Why you don't take them out no more?
You know how it is.
I was banging a lot of students back then. But he got pregnant, so that...
That's why I looked at Anastasia and Christian Grey, and I said, don't do it. Don't y'all get married. You know, y'all was so kinky. Y'all were fucking on everything, everywhere. And now you decided that y'all in love. It's just not lust anymore. Now you have to go and get married. And the question that people are asking, they're like, look, we know this movie has been like a big, I guess, barrier between men and women, husbands and wives. You know, men don't get it, but the women love it. But one thing everybody could agree is that couple sure could fuck. And everybody look at this. You know, hey.
I hope you can say that about most couples.
But that's the thing. A lot of people don't. And they say it might have been because they just were able to keep that magic alive by not crossing a certain boundary. But they decided to get married. And at this point, everybody's saying, you know what, whether I hate this movie or whether I like it, I'm rooting for them to keep that sex going. Will marriage actually come in and be the thing that makes them dull? Makes them be like every other couple out there? Well, and some people say, well, will this shit just finally end?
Well, we were looking forward to this one, especially me and Gertz.
Oh, yeah. The Legion of Doom.
Oh, yeah. Did we actually get the supervillains that we wanted in this? There are so many questions to answer for everyone who has to see this movie. And yes, some people have to see it. Let's go ahead and take a look at a little bit of the trailer for 50 Shades Freed, and we'll come back with our review.
It meant nothing to me before you.
Oh, now that Black Panther has some shit to say about that. Yeah, they thought that they were gonna bring this out on Valentine's Day. Like, yeah, here we go. Oh shit, who's that nigga over there?
God damn it.
I never freeze.
Cause we all have wings,
We're being followed.
but some of us don't know why.
Oh shit! Now we got
Action-packed.
car
Pee-wee.
chases and everything, man. This is going wild right here. They really are trying to give the man something that they want. And as far as the movie, and as far as what the women are there for, the women, of course, are there for the sex. And the sex is there. In fact, I would say, don't you worry, Christian Grey is about as horny as ever. Marriage ain't stopped him. They think marriage made his ass a little crazy.
Yes.
You know, I thought I was horny at one time, but this girl can't even get into the house without Christian Grey walking out with a hard dick.
Hello?
Welcome home, Anastasia.
She's like, God damn, can I settle in? Can I take a shit first?
Yeah, I gotta pee. Can we just wait a second?
Yeah, can I get a snack and take my shoes off? God damn, man.
No.
You know, there is a part in the movie that I do like with her. I'm going to tell you, elaborate on that more, but I do like that at this point, like, he's still horny as ever. And she's like, okay, this shit's getting weird now.
Yeah.
I like that she's just saying that now. Like, this is kind of odd.
Yeah.
This is off-putting.
I thought that once we got married, you'd change. 5 minutes ago.
She's just like, yeah, I don't know if this money's worth this crazy shit right here. And I don't even blame her. But all I say is, if you ever go to the Grey home, the House of Grey, do not eat on anything. Don't even sit on anything.
No.
They fuck everywhere.
Yeah.
Man, this scene right here pissed me the fuck off.
Why is that?
That's not even in their house.
No, it's
like
not.
that's in like a guest cabin somewhere, and they're just fucking
Oh.
on this table that's about to be used in 30
Oh.
minutes for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got an Airbnb with some friends and they don't care, man. Skid marks all on the dining table, man.
I was thoroughly upset.
Yeah, don't eat in there because every piece of food has either been on somebody's body or up somebody's body.
Yeah.
The friends seem to know, though. It's like they're like, yeah, but he's a billionaire, so this is what comes with it. Hey, look at this gorgeous view.
I guess the friends have read the books.
Well, no, and the thing is, the person who said something about it wasn't even a friend; it was his sister.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and she's like, yeah, y'all can just fuck wherever, be as loud as you want to. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't think you should be saying this shit to your brother.
Oh no! Oh hell no! Everybody, they just let Christian Grey pay for everything. They are willing to literally eat shit.
Yep.
Off that table.
It's like Philly just won the Super Bowl all over again.
Like like new friends hang out with them. Like, what's this brown shit? Don't worry about it, man. Just eat. Just
Here's
shut
$1
up.
million.
Oh, I'm sorry, let me get that.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Let me dab that up with 100.
Oh no, man.
It tastes good.
It tastes so much better.
It's practically hummus.
Don't spit that out.
Yeah.
Now you're richer than you were before.
Yeah. Y'all be surprised how good billionaire shit tastes, man. Instead of corn, it got diamonds in it. What I do like about this, too, with when I'm talking about Anastasia being in this and kind of questioning things, is that marriage kicks in and they do try to face that's a reality. No matter how much of a fairy tale, billionaire, glamorous life that you're living, marriage can complicate things. They say that marriage is work for anyone. And I like the way they say that marriage is work, but it's a whole different thing when you married to a crazy motherfucker like this.
Yes.
Never seen somebody get married to somebody and stalk them more.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. They let you know, and I'm wondering if they really are just winking at the guys or anybody. I'm not saying just guys, anyone who doesn't like this series, because we all know, we've been saying for 2 movies, this dude is a stalker.
It's almost like a Tyler Perry movie where the girl has this great courtship, and then the minute she marries a guy, suddenly all his abusive tendencies come out.
Yeah, they went through this real quick honeymoon. They buying all these nice houses, buying all these private jets, taking these trips. But Anastasia quickly learns that once you marry a stalker, that shit don't stop. He stalks you even though he knows where to find you. He coming to her job mad.
I tried emailing you. It bounced. There's no Anastasia Gray at SIP.
People already think I got to where I am because of you.
But you didn't. You got those
Because you did.
Yeah.
He bought the company.
Yeah.
And made you the editor.
Bought the company and somehow mysteriously you running the company now.
A new position exists.
Everybody know you fucking the boss. Get out of here with that shit. He gonna try to talk to her like again. No, you smart. Yeah. you works hard.
Why does it matter what you call yourself? Who gives what people think?
Well, apparently you do.
Ooh.
Would you
Get him,
change your
Anastasia.
name for me?
Yes.
I'll think about it.
You will?
You will?
I like how there are things that like pop up throughout this whole movie. It's like, that's something you probably should have squared away before you got married.
There's a lot of things like that
Yeah,
in this.
like children or names, like
where you want to live.
Yeah,
That's the main thing about it. You see how right before he walked in there was a dude who is a client. She's doing her job. He comes in looking at the dude, and the dude's like, nice to meet you. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. And the guy's like, hey, look, that's your husband.
Good-looking guy.
Yeah, good-looking guy.
I'm not trying to fuck him.
I have to talk to men in my line of work.
Or are you, Martin? This fucker's, he's crazy.
Crazy. This movie should be retitled Red Flag.
Yeah, he is so insane and insanely jealous that he gets upset about children who ain't even born yet.
You do want to have kids someday, right?
Someday. Sure.
You don't really sound sure. Christian,
Trying to get her drunk.
Yeah, shut up and drink.
do you not want to have kids?
I mean, not mine.
Not now. I'm not ready to share you with anyone.
Now, see, that's crazy shit. When
crazy.
you're talking about a baby.
that's
Yeah.
batshit insane.
Because Gersh leaned on him like, he's like, you gonna fuck that baby, ain't you?
Yeah, fucked up, man.
That is his thinking.
Yeah,
that
it
is. That's fucking insane. I can understand if she was hanging out with a friend or an old boyfriend was texting, but
Yeah.
a fetus who ain't even existing yet
From the future.
from the
Yeah.
future, yeah.
Trying to bang that future baby of yours.
Normal people don't say that about an unborn child. I ain't sharing you with that motherfucker, man. That's insane.
Weird.
That is.
That is weird, man. That is an issue. There's nothing in your way of having a child.
And you've
Yeah.
done everything.
Yes.
You fucked everything. You've done everything.
Yeah.
You've been around the world. You've bought everything. There's nothing left for you to do but have another little freak in your life.
That's my vagina. Nothing else is going in or out.
Like he looking at the baby when it's coming out. You better get the fuck out. That baby's in that stomach. That motherfucker's crazy.
Are you fucking my wife?
Yeah, man, that baby's in heaven right now. No, don't make me go. But you're a billionaire, but he's crazy. Don't make me do it. This is where it gets into the more disturbing parts of the film, because Christian Grey is unlikable and has always been unlikable.
Yeah.
We've said this for a long time, but women are going to see this movie talking about how it empowers women because of the sex that's in it and the lavish lifestyle that they're leading. All these women just disregard that this guy is a creep.
Well, I mean, it's not just that he's a creep, because it really, Anastasia's not driving any of the sex. It's all him. So I don't see where the female empowerment comes from. Mm-hmm. But what I noticed is early on, before he shows any of his creepy attributes, when they're just vacationing and doing things, I was like, man, this guy, he has all the money in the world and zero personality.
Yeah.
He's not the least bit charming. He doesn't say anything intelligent or interesting. I just thought, man, if I was hanging out with him, I would be bored as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the problem with the movie for me, is that, yeah, I would say he's a creep. If you took his money away, hashtag Me Too would be all over him. And I'm not even talking about being broke or being poor. I'm talking about he can be a middle class creep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you took his money away, the thing is that when you look at him, he talks with a crazy look, this blank expression, these crazy
He doesn't
dead
blink.
eyes. Yeah, he does really weird shit when he's in the movie, man. He actually has brat sex. There's a part in the movie where he's doing this freaky stuff with sex toys to Anastasia, and in the middle of it, she's like, "What you doing down there? What you doing?" He's like, "See, that's how you make me feel. You see that? That's what you do to me." She's like, "Are you fucking crazy? That's my vagina." and it almost seems like a violation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
was.
does.
It was a fucking violation. And this guy, but because he has money and because he's handsome and because the movie manipulates the audience into telling us that this is a guy that we should find handsome and attractive and charismatic. We do it because the movie tells us to do that. But the biggest thing with him is that they take some issues that they're making light, tantalizing entertainment from it, and they shouldn't, because while we're talking about this guy's unlikable, let's not forget that he's a victim of sexual assault as a kid.
Right.
And they turn that into fucking fan fiction. You know what I'm saying? They've turned a guy who has suffered sexual assault at the hands of an older woman when he was a child, and all of a sudden they've made him some fucking sexual superhero. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. And I tell you what, let him keep his fucking money. Let him keep all those billions, every fucking cent of it. If he was Christian Grey and had everything but the looks, if this was Josh Gad, people be like, "Oh, girl."
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
"Oh, girl, that's kind of creepy." He made me feel uncomfortable. And you know that's true. And this is a fucked up movie all in many ways. Upside down, sideways. Yeah. The thing I like about it though, which had the potential to be a movie, even a decent film, this was the last one where they could have turned this around for everyone. And that lies in one character, and that's Anastasia. And who's that played by? Dakota Johnson, yeah. Dakota Johnson is actually a well-developed character in this. I know it sounds crazy for me, but trust me when I say this, and hear me out, because in the previous movies, a lot of people they were wrapped up in the film because of the way that sex was always used as a bargaining tool or a negotiation tool, which always put Christian Grey in power.
Right.
Which there's nothing empowering about these fucking movies at all. Let's just get that straight. But in this one, now that she knows that she's married and she's got to deal with this for the rest of her life, she really starts to take charge. And there are moments where she tells Christian Grey, like, hey, and I quote, "Grow the fuck up," or "This is not normal." She knows what she's locked in on, so she's like, I got to deal with this.
Well, she kind of locked herself into that. Though.
Well, before there was, I say there was some naivete there because she was really lured in by the exciting life and the money.
I'll let her get by on that in the first movie. He's like, all right, you meet this new billionaire, like you've got this little intern job, you're doing whatever. But like the second you get to that second one and you see he's doing all this wild stuff and you were still feeling uncomfortable with it, and you were like, yeah, I agree to marry you. You'd be like, no, that's not what you do in real life.
Well,
but that money though.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of is.
It's a trilogy about a relationship where the relationship is deliberately vapid. It's like the whole point of the movie is that there's not a relationship there beyond the sex in the dungeon that they have it in.
Yeah,
and that's about it. So,
and that dungeon don't even play a character no more. You remember that dungeon? Everybody like
me?
Yeah, yeah. First movie, like, well, I can't wait to see that dungeon.
The playroom.
Chains and whips and things. And,
Oh my.
there's a point where she just goes in there and passes out.
Yeah.
It's pretty much good for sleeping.
It's like it's like that's how crazy his ass is that she had to go to the dungeon with the whips and the chains and torture devices to find peace.
See if I can sleep.
To get
my torture device.
Yeah, to get away from this fucking. I got to go to the saw room. Yeah.
Yeah.
That little dude come out. You all right, Adam Smith?
You need a pillow. All right.
I ain't ready for no games. All right, sorry. Got enough of that shit. No, but what I'm saying is that this could have been the one where it was saying everything that everyone was thinking, and this could have been the one where she finally came in and said, "I'm gonna get this guy straight. I'm gonna get myself straight right here," because she's saying all the right things in this. I actually like her character, but we keep throwing around the word movie. This is not a movie.
Yeah,
This is not a fucking movie at all. That's what really bothers me with this. I mean, you already heard the thing that bothers me. The other thing's gonna bother me more, but really, man, when you just selling this shit on the most basic level, on people's most basic desires and fantasies, what this is, because what they do here is that this is a combination of music videos and a rich person's Instagram.
Yeah.
They're just showing you where they've been, what they've done, what they're doing that you can't do, what you can't have. And and I was thinking the whole time, this thing is just a catalog or it's a show. Do you remember this show back in the day, Martin?
It's another dazzling lifestyles of the rich and famous. Meet the stars of show business and big business.
Oh no.
Trump and Michael, man.
And spend their fortunes.
It was a show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And who was it that hosted that?
Robin Leach.
I'm Robin Leach, and I don't know why. This Robin Leach was his host, and every day he just took a rich person's ass and just shoved your face in it and just said, this is what you don't have, what you can't afford, and people live their fantasies with that. That's what this movie is. It's Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with fucking. They just stop it. Because what they do is, what bothers me with this movie is that they try to even introduce some plots or subplots and storylines. And every time they do that, they got to sell that soundtrack. And they just show you things that you can't do. They go skiing. They buy another house. They buy something. They go to an expensive club and buy some wine. And
Vacation all through France.
and it's just them gallivanting,
skiing through France.
Yeah,
Private jets.
yeah. And the whole time, all they're doing is just playing music, selling that soundtrack while feeding on your fantasies. Making you seem like the most shallow person, and really allow the audience to see this. They are. And even when they get to something that should be kind of different and maybe something that gets, especially the guys in the audience, something that kind of gets them to pay attention. Like there's a car chase in this.
Right.
They're trying to introduce a super villain. He gets following in with a car, and Anastasia, and this is where it gets crazy. First of all, Anastasia, all of a sudden, she has
Racer X.
She has this mutant power where she turns into Fast and Furious. She's practically Vin Diesel in this. She for 2 movies, we never knew that she was a stunt driver, and that could be kind of, well, at least for this movie, that's something. But then they don't do nothing with it. What they want to do is they just want to show you a nice car that you'll never have. And oh, by the way, we want to make you more broke. Buy the soundtrack.
We're being followed.
That Dodge?
So we ran the plates are fake. Lose them.
Your body sweating, dripping wet, and I just
Worst song for a car chase, by the way.
Yeah, I was like y'all should be playing this during a sex scene, but like I'm in a very odd situation.
I'm driving down the street and back.
No, the words is like, you're dripping wet and I can't wait. I'm like, what?
Well, the car makes her hot.
drove myself no bad.
She's going like a thick 35.
Yeah, it's not even that exciting, man. I like the way he's like, wait a minute, we're on a green screen.
Yeah.
I thought this was a terrible. I thought this was a
You're
screen.
talking about that green screen is so bad. It pops you out of the movie.
Yeah.
That you don't want to be in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
But it's less realistic than these backdrops we got.
It looks like a parody of a chase scene, like you were talking about. It's like the reverse of the Undercover Brother chase scene.
He's like, damn, your green screen skills are amazing. Let's fuck.
Come on, you keep saying like this is a car commercial and showing off nice things. Like how many times did they say Dodge in this movie? Like there's a Dodge, we're being chased by a Dodge. They're in a Dodge. There's a Dodge ring. I'm like, man.
Oh, and here's the other thing. I mean, look, I'll actually give some praise while criticizing something that's just stupid in here. Again, these people just whip out talents that we never heard of. Jamie Dornan in the movie. Dornan. He does a version of Maybe I'm Amazed, Paul McCartney. McCartney. McCarthyism. Paul McCartney. And
I still want to go like, don't you dare butcher this song.
Don't-
son of a bitch.
apparently he was really singing. And
I could tell.
Yeah, and you know what? I will give sorry to call him Christian, Jamie Dornan, I will give him credit. This is another song. I think it's called You're Beautiful or something. But this is him singing, and I'll tell you, the boy can sing.
Where you feel so dumb exposed.
She's grabbing his dick right now.
You're just kind of moaning into a microphone. It's some Russell Crowe shit.
Anybody in here gonna buy that album?
No.
Why not? I'm already
Steal that, man. Torrent this. Ew.
Well, I looked at some comments, and they're like, this just makes me love him even more.
But they think he legit has $1 billion, and they're gonna pick him up on YouTube.
Yeah. Let this weirdo motherfucker be singing in the middle of the night in the dark when you come in there to get a drink of water. Shit, where you come from? In the movie, he just comes out of nowhere. He's doing that Paul McCartney cover. But, he can sing. But it's watching that in the movie was like watching an actor who wants to be a singer. So they just crowbar a scene where he's singing in the show.
Yeah.
It's crowbarred in there because out of nowhere, his brother and sister are like, oh wow, we didn't know he could do this.
Yeah.
He sings, and then when they move on to something else, it plays no part.
It's gone.
anything.
Even the characters in the movie are like, why is this happening?
Shut up. We gotta sell this soundtrack.
Man, look, the beginning of the movie, it was really promising on what we wanted for this movie to just be insane.
It was.
Yes.
When we say insane, we've been talking ever since the last movie came out. Ever since we did our review for that last movie, was it 50 Shades Grayer or what was
Darker?
it? Darker. There you go. Yeah, they had. I know I don't want to spoil too much, but they set it up seriously for a Legion of
Villains
Doom.
unite.
Yeah, a sexual assault Legion of Doom. Yeah. And one of the dudes was Jack. Like this dude. And the way they set up the movie with him, it is crazy. He actually has a true story, a super villain arc. He does.
Yeah.
Because he starts out like this meek character that you would never imagine would be a villain. Like he went from book editor to terrorist.
Yeah.
All over a chick.
In this movie, he's like the Joker with blue balls.
He really is.
Fucking absurd.
Yeah, he sets up some plans.
Yeah.
They got him at the beginning of the movie, like wearing disguises, planting bombs, like a Batman villain does.
Come on, how can you get into like this #1 secure facility on the planet? They're like, here you go, and you have a key card that accesses everything. The janitor closet, the mainframe, everything.
Like it really is where supervillains go to buy their shit. You know where, because they're supervillains, you're like, well, it's a comic book. I'm not gonna question it. For this dude,
Yeah,
and
man.
plus he's actually physically transformed into evil. Like they don't explain
yeah,
why he
dark
has
circles.
Yeah, those red dark circles.
he got
where-
Green Goblin disease.
Like he's been injected with some shit that's mutating him.
Oh, and his name is Jack Hyde.
Yeah, yeah, he really is turning like a Jekyll Hyde thing, man.
That's right, Jack.
And the thing is, man, like you waiting for it to get crazier and crazier. They forget about it, except for little drops here and there in the movie. But of course, when they start to like actually figure out what Jack is doing, and they start playing that music, and they start having sex. They drop everything for that. But when we finally, for the last 15 minutes of the movie, they're like, oh, well, we got to have some resemblance of a film, some kind of conflict. I mean, we already got this asshole in here. When you find out why he is a supervillain, you're like, that's it? Not only is that very anticlimactic, but that's just stupid.
Well, plus, then the early parts of the movie, when he's setting up his plans, all the stuff he's doing, he's got this intricate hardware. Yeah, he's wearing disguises.
Yeah.
He has accomplices. But his final plan at the end is so simplistic and stupid.
Yes.
Yes,
And
that's
no
what I'm
way
saying.
he could pull it off and not get caught. I'm like, he didn't cover his tracks at all.
No.
It's a
No.
two-step plan. It could have been shut down by anybody who wasn't a dummy.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he's working with people who are dummies.
Yeah.
So that's why it's able to go as far as it does.
Using his phone, getting tracked. You know? They shoot in nice locations. This one probably has the most money behind it. At least it looks like it has the most money. It's got nice cinematography in it. It does. Oh, see, they tease that right there. She is not in this movie.
yeah.
I know, everybody was like...
She is not in this.
as much as Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. She is not in this fucking movie.
As much as people were like, man, is she that bad off? She's got to be in the second movie. Apparently, she ain't that bad off, because with this one, she's like, nah.
No,
She's mentioned.
Had me looking stupid as fuck. This tries to end on a positive note. And you cannot end, but you just can't walk off into the sunset talking about happily ever after with this crazy motherfucker in here. You cannot do that because this is a guy who is disturbed. As I said, he is a victim of sexual abuse and he has shown dangerous behavior. Okay, so y'all walked off and happily ever after, but let's say, 3 years from now, he gets really jealous and smacks the shit out of her.
Why are you writing a sequel?
Because that sequel that I'm talking about makes sense. They will never make that one. No. I mean, it's almost insulting how they try to walk away. These people with some deep problems, not wanting kids, stalking, insane jealousy, telling you that they just gonna walk away and all because one supervillain brought them closer together, it's done. No, you ain't fucking with me with that. No, it's not happening. I mean, this is disturbing to me. And I'm done. I'm gonna pass this off to everybody. But I'm gonna say, it's what if they have kids and they become neglectful? But I will say this right here: just watch porn. I've been telling you this for years.
We said this during the review for the last movie. Watch porn instead.
Yeah, all you women out there and you men and whoever is into this kind of thing right here, just watch porn. This is your safe place right here. You're like, oh, I can feel dirty without actually getting my hands dirty. I don't have to tell people that I actually watched porn, but I watched something that was close to it. No, this ain't even close to it. And furthermore, porn has a better plot. Porn, I've seen some porn where they actually have a story.
And actual sex.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a moment in here where they show what's going on between their legs and it's just light. I'm pretty sure y'all supposed to be having sex and nothing is happening here.
It's a sunbeam having sex with you. And as disturbing as porn might seem to you, I think that there's a lot more disturbing or just as bad disturbing subtext that goes on with this because porn is in its own place. This is in the mainstream and it's telling everybody that this is okay. It's almost telling everybody that controlling your partner with manipulative ways, crazy sexual behavior as a result of being a victim at one time, they're telling you that, oh, that's romantic. I'm romantic about that. And I mean, women say, well, porn, it degrades women. Well, guess what? This does too. And everybody else. Yeah, this is a fuck you, man. try to pull this over on me. And I was like, this is a fuck you. Man, trying to fuck me. No, fuck you.
Trying to pull this over on you.
Yeah, what it is. You know, putting this shit out there in the mainstream talking about, oh, ain't this cute. Ain't nothing cute about this shit.
This whole thing is weird drama, then a sex scene, then weird drama, then a sex scene, and it feels like somebody didn't know what the hell they were doing writing this. The score, Danny Elfman, I am so sorry you had to sit through this shit and sign that check, but this is a mess, man. It is such a mess of a film. It just ends on like the sourest of farts, and it was this is just such a bad movie. Cole Coleman is 100% right. This is a fuck you. This is terrible.
It didn't make me angry, and I do think it's marginally better than the movie that came before it, so I can't quite give it a fuck you, but it's definitely a thick some old bullshit.
All right.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
I know what I was getting into.
I don't know.
You know, let him have this.
And the reaction you're having is how I felt the first 2 times. I was like, okay, nobody's going to listen to me and shut this down. Fine, have this movie then. It's about a billionaire. And we got Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne. We love billionaires who can do cool shit. Or the idea of traveling around, or having some girl you can romance and being able to buy all these things. Or even having an adventure where, hey, there's somebody, you got a villain that you got to vanquish. And yet, they make none of it enviable. None of it looks like it's fun or cool in any way. You're just watching these vapid, empty, shallow people just do stuff. But if you've ever been called a creep, this is a movie for you to take your girl to. Because she wants to go because she's heard all the women like it, and you go like, see, baby, see, it's not, this is how it's supposed to be. So yeah, like Gertz, it's a thick, some old bullshit.
All right then. Well, at least we can all agree that it's bad.
Also, I had fun watching Danielle.
Oh, yeah.
You can't rate this for watching Danielle. You got to rate this on its own.
Danielle ain't gonna be there every time somebody watches this.